my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. So I am really excited because this is going to kick off my very first one of Cook With Me in the Kitchen. We're going to make a bunch of different recipes throughout the year, and today we are going to make a potato and veggie salad. So yummy, and I really hope you guys enjoy this, and then after we're done with the recipe we will just kick back and eat together. For today's recipe we are going to be using our pressure cooker. Now I just got this within a week ago, and so truth be told I have not tried many different things in it yet other than just some rice, which has been amazing. Definitely. But today we're going to make our complete meal in the pressure cooker, and I'm actually going to be using this Vegan Under Pressure cookbook that I got on Amazon. I'll link it below, and I found in here that potato vegetable salad, and it's all done entirely in our pressure cooker. I just thought that'd be really cool, really quick to make a quick lunch, and I'm really excited to eat. I'm very hungry, so that's what we're gonna do. I really hope you guys enjoy this. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and let's get into it. Recipe, we are going to need some sugar plum tomatoes. Use any kind of tomatoes you have though, of course. We're also going to need some thyme because this recipe actually calls for tarragon, but I was not able to find it, and I'm just going to substitute and use some thyme leaves, and I'm going to call that good. We're going to also need some vegetable broth, some olive oil, some rice vinegar, or champagne vinegar is fine too, some cashew butter, Dijon mustard, some corn, potatoes, lemon, and onion. And then of course we're gonna use our Instant Pot pressure cooker for this entire meal. Now we are gonna start this out by slicing up our onion. Now I'm gonna do just about half just because it was a slightly larger onion. So we're gonna add all of our onions to our Instant Pot. From this point, all you're gonna have to do, since we're doing it all in one pot, is hit your saute button. It's gonna automatically say 30. It's already on the normal setting, which is what I want. And now it is on. It takes about 10 seconds for it to register that you didn't want to make any changes to it, and we're good to go. So at this point, normally you cook with an Instant Pot typically with the lid on, but because we're sauteing these onions, we're gonna leave it off right now for this step. We are gonna saute these for about 2 minutes. While that's going, I'm gonna start preparing my potatoes to add to this. And this is so nice, guys, because you don't even have to put oil in it at all. It's not gonna stick. While that goes for about a minute more, I'm just going to prepare my veggie broth and put that in my measuring cup, about 3/4 cup. That's all we need. All right, so those are sauteed up a bit, and at this point, we're gonna turn this off. So now it is in the off setting. I'm gonna add my potatoes. And I'm also gonna add my broth. From here, I'm gonna put our lid on. So from here, I just hit manual, and it's gonna auto set to the high pressure setting, and I just brought it down on my timer to 3 minutes, and it is gonna go for 3 minutes now and cook up those potatoes, which is so amazing. Once the 3 minutes is up, we're just gonna add our corn to this and let it sit there a little bit, and then we're just gonna transfer it all to a bowl. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna prepare the rest of my ingredients. So we're gonna prepare basically our dressing now, and I'm gonna take just 3 tablespoons, give or take, of some lemon juice. And I always do it like over my hand just so the seeds go in my hand and not into the bowl. I'm also gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to this. I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of this rice vinegar. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of some Dijon mustard, maybe a little more because I like it. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of cashew butter as well. You can also use tahini if you like, or have that instead. I'm also gonna add in some of this thyme. Now this is where you would do the tarragon if you had that instead, but this will work. I think thyme and potatoes go really good together too, so that's gonna work for me. And then we're just gonna whisk that together, and that's basically your dressing for this dish. So you will see that there is 1 minute left on the Instant Pot now, and it's so fast, guys. It takes a few minutes for it to warm up before the timer actually begins. But like I said, this dish is like 3 minutes long once it's brought to its temperature. So really, we're talking like 5-6 minutes in total when you count in the onions too. Not bad, right? And then from this point, when this minute is up, we're gonna add our corn into it after we release the pressure, which I'm gonna show you. It can be a little scary at first when you didn't see it coming, but, and let that just kind of like unthaw in there together. And essentially, we're done after that. And we're gonna, okay, so there it goes, the timer, it is done. I'm gonna hit off now. Now we're gonna release the pressure. And it's back here. I know it's a little scary. I'm gonna use a spoon and we're gonna let it out. And you wanna do that before you open this up. In fact, I don't even think it'll let you open it up until that pressure is released, because it's for safety. This is a very, very hot thing right now and you don't wanna get burned. So you wanna just let out that pressure before you open your lid. And you'll see that it is ready to go. Okay, let's peek at it real quick. But we want to keep that steam in there as much as we can. Yes. And put in our corn. I'm gonna give it just a quick stir, but that looks so good. So up my alley. I'm gonna put my lid back on, but we're gonna not even close it. We're just gonna let it kind of steam in there. While that finishes up, I'm just gonna chop up a couple, just in half, a few of these cherry tomatoes. And we're gonna throw that in when it's done. So from here, I'm just gonna take everything out of the pot, put it into this dish to cool. And you'll see that nothing really stuck to the bottom at all, which is great. You'll also see that like these are completely cooked through. I'm telling you guys, in minutes. It's so awesome. So again, I'm gonna let this just sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna add our tomatoes in our dressing and we're gonna call it good. So it's cooled down and I just threw in my cherry tomatoes into this, the little halves, and I'm just gonna add my dressing now. Yum. And I'm just gonna let it sit again for a little bit just so that it can absorb those flavors, but this looks so good. So here is our completed dish. I just put a tiny bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and a little bit of extra thyme on top. Let's eat. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. This is something that I really want to do coming into this new year with you guys, and I thought this would be like the best of both worlds, of those who just want to see a recipe, there you go, and then I thought it would be really good for those who also wanted a recipe slash kind of eat with me and we can just hang out together. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm just having a little bit of Pellegrino water. This was so simple and I'm so excited to try this. Potatoes and corn. Yep, that's really good. Really good. And like a different spin on traditional potatoes, how we have them, you know? Anyway, so I am going to eat this up. I love mustard. It does have kind of a strong mustard taste to it, which is going to be good if you're a mustard lover. But I do think if you kept it out, it wouldn't be bad, because you still have that cashew butter in it, you know? So since this is the very first one of the year that I'm doing, I think it's only apropos to talk about our goals. What are your guys' goals for 2017? I don't care if they're cliche. I don't care. That's fine. You know, a lot of people would say that everyone wants to lose weight if that's your goal. It's my goal. And, you know, everyone says that, you know, New Year's resolutions, that's what it's going to be. I'm like, yeah. So I'll be cliche with you guys. That's fine. I totally plan to do these like for breakfast. What's for breakfast? What's for lunch? Like different ones. So I hope that you guys will like that too. I'll try to do them, you know, a little bit of each kind every time. Will be a different one, but sometimes it may be more lunch ones, more dinner ones, more breakfast ones, just depending on time, right? This is so good. I will link for you that Instant Pot below. Like I said though, I just got it, so I'm still learning it too, but so far, yeah, I'm gonna be like living off of it. Now, if you do not have one or do not want to get one right now, I still think these recipes that I'm doing will still totally suit you as something that you can take from it and do it a different way, you know. It's still more of this is just the method. So however you want to do it. But yeah, let's get into goals. So main one is to lose weight. But with that is health. I really just want to be the healthiest that I can be and still live. You know, like I think the goal should be about 90% if you want to put a number on it. 90% of the time you live a certain way and you eat a certain way and you feel your body a certain way. But that's not to say that we'll never go out and have something non-diet, you know, non-healthy even. But majority of our meals, I want to be able to stick to something healthy. You know, last year was about, you know, transitioning to being vegan and eating vegan, I should say. Because really there is a lot more to it, and that part of it aside from food I am still totally working on and still learning, and you guys have helped me so much with that, which is great. I mentioned on my last Trader Joe's haul that, you know, one of my other goals was to really try my best when possible to buy organic. It was something that if it was available and it wasn't like crazy price and stuff, I would totally do before. But it was not something I really focused on. And I think that is at the end of the world if you don't buy organic. Of course not. Of course not. But I think at the end of the day too, I remember, this is kind of funny because this is going completely opposite of what I do now, but I remember Nate and I did paleo like a long time ago and tried that out. And it's just funny because it's very opposite, very meat based really, but at the same time it is also based around just eating really clean whole foods. But it was really meant to be that when you ate meats and your veggies and whatever, everything was the cleanest it could be possible, the cleanest. And organic, grass-fed for the beef, and it needed to be like nothing added to it at all. Like basically we're talking fresh, right? I remember when we did it, we didn't always buy organic, or we didn't always buy the best types of meats out there. And it's funny because really the whole point is about eating really clean, and it's like we were eating healthier things, but we weren't eating them the best that we could. And so it kind of just hits you of like, you know, if I'm gonna do this and if I'm gonna be the healthiest that I can be or want to be, then that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm eating the best way that I can with what I can control. But, you know, I'm also not gonna like freak out either, because sometimes it's just not available for you to do that 100%. I know there's also like, they call it what, I think the dirty 30 or something, or it's like a list of, maybe it's even like 10 things or 15 things of the really, really bad ones of if you're not going to buy organic for everything, okay, but there's certain items out there that you should definitely buy organic if possible because they're dirtiest. I think majority of the time, a good rule of thumb, but don't like hold me to this, is if it has a peel, you're a little bit better off of not having to get organic. That's just kind of a good rule of thumb. But if it's like greens and really fleshy fruits that you don't really peel, those are things that you want to do organic if possible. Guys, by the way, this is my first time to the succulent world. These are really pretty ones, by the way. I don't know if you can see this one that I'm showing you right now. This one, and there's one over there. Anything I should know? What do I do? It's really cute and I don't want to kill it. I hear that like you barely do anything for them, which is fantastic. So let me know. Right now it's gonna sit right there. I thought too that Nate could definitely be a part of these videos when possible. He is at work right now, but when he's home, especially when little man's back to school and everything, we can definitely have him be on these too. That'd be fun. Another goal this year for me, more on the YouTube side of things, is I just really want to grow. And that doesn't mean number based of like I want by the end of this year 10,000 subscribers and that's very cool, but I think when you put numbers on things, and this goes back to weight as well, it can be so discouraging so fast. And we're all guilty of doing that though, you know, we put a number on something and it has to be that number or else we failed. And I'm sorry if someone's mowing their lawn. What lawn? It is winter, it is, anyway. But I really want to focus on the quality of content. I want to learn more, I want to share more of different types of things out there. I want to focus mostly on food and health and just let you come along my journey as well with that. But I recently did my very first ASMR, although that's definitely not something I plan to incorporate on my channel a lot at all, just because it's not really what I do. But I loved trying something new. Totally loved trying that. And it actually was recommended from one of you guys, well, multiple of you, that you would like that. And I really take your words to heart. And I think about how can I do this and how can I do it for that person and still, you know, be something I want to do. And so I really just want to focus on that this year of doing what I want to do, giving you guys what you want as well. And I just feel like this is the year that I'm really comfortable now. I'm done YouTube now for over a year solid, and I'm just ready to bring you really along my journey of health, and I hope it can inspire some people too. I think those are my main goals right now for sure. I'm sure it will evolve more as I dive into eating really healthy, and not to say that I wasn't before, because we definitely were, but we weren't consistent. And therefore, we got inconsistent results. It's kind of simple, right? You think of it that way, it's pretty simple. And so I just want to be more consistent and get where I want to be. And it's kind of one of those, you could look back later and I'm sure the regret will be, why didn't I do it sooner, right? But if you guys are thinking that way too, or thinking it's hopeless, or thinking, I'm too far gone, just know that it's so not the case. And I really also want to focus on self-love and love yourself for whatever weight you are today, whatever you look like today, whatever problems you have today. If your skin's freaking out, just love yourself. It's okay. Everyone goes through it. It's okay. It's okay. And it does not define who you are at all. And just be happy, be positive, and just work towards your goals. And I'm telling you, I even know for myself, if I've lost 5 pounds, which really is not even like noticeable to other people, but you kind of get that little pep in your step of like, oh, look at me, you know? So then imagine if you lost 5 more and then a little more, and you're just gonna build that confidence as you go. And that's why it's not too late and you're not too far gone, because every little bit of progress is progress, and you'll feel that way, and no one can take that away from you ever. And it's all about your self-worth, your self-loving, and it's so important. And I really do feel that way too, about not just what we put in our bodies, but how we treat ourselves too, mentally. And I struggle with that a lot. I have anxiety. I struggle with a little bit of depression here and there. And I don't talk about it a whole lot, but I notice when I come down with those things more so, It really affects how I treat my body, what I eat, what I do, how little I sleep, how bad I sleep. And I think all of those things really do affect our result of weight loss and just self-worth and self-loving. And it's just a cycle that we can fix. We can make it better, but we just have to be consistent. So there's my little rant of the day. You're welcome. Yeah, I would love to know what your goals are, if you're comfortable sharing them with us all. I'd love to know. And I think that would also even give me a good guide of like what kind of things you guys are really focused on this year. Maybe I can help out by doing certain videos that would pertain to it, you know? All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I really hope you enjoyed this. I really do. I hope you like the style of it, just more kicked back. And again, getting kind of the best of both worlds of a recipe slash just hanging out. So I hope you guys like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have not already. I'd greatly appreciate it. And be sure to click that red button down below and subscribe so you do not miss any future videos from me. I do plan to upload Sunday through Thursday, so should have a full week's worth for you guys. Thank you guys again. I love you so much.